Dude, whatever you do not go to Navasa City in Dayan. I was jumped by 2 Pegasus Knights who called me a nerd and stole my lunch money. You know what this is. We're doing something that's randomized. Edward is Laura, who's Makalov. Anything can happen here.
There is no meme. This is just a threat.
Hey, welcome to Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn Randomized. I had heard about this randomizer from a YouTube comment at the end of my Shadow Dragon Let's Play, and I went, Radiant Dawn Randomized? That sounds really sick. So, after learning how to completely decompile a ROM, change the very code of it, and then recompile it, I'm here. And we're going to be enjoying Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn. Hold on. Is that... Oh! That is one of the ultimate weapons. The ultimate staff, specifically. Huh. Okay, that seems... Oh, that Pegasus Knight has one... You know what? Before I actually get into this, I probably should, explain what's being randomized. I kind of wanted to just go into it, and then naturally explain things as they came up, but too much nonsense was just on my screen for me to not have to look into it. Okay, so... What did I randomize? In terms of player units, I randomized who joins when, and I randomized what class they are. I did not randomize their growths, because I feel like by randomizing when someone joins and what they join as, that's basically randomizing growths. So Micaiah is now Jill, who is now a Pegasus Knight. And her skills are Boon, the Dragon personal class skill, which, as you can... not everyone has played Tellius games, so I need to explain what these things do. Boon, if Jill is standing next to someone who's poisoned or asleep, they'll get healed. And then Blossom, which, the way Blossom works is weird. Whenever you level up, if a stat did not increase, Blossom says, we're doing it again. So I think Jill has a 50% speed growth. So if that doesn't activate, it just happens again. So it doesn't double growths per se. Basically, due to Blossom, if a growth rate has a high chance of occurring, it damn near has like 100% chance to increase. The good stats get better, while the worse stats get a little better. Anyways, Jill can now speak the ancient Lagu's tongue. What a development. Also, Jill is actually Tanith, apparently. Also as a Pegasus Knight, which is not what that's supposed to be. But that's fine. I feel like I should acknowledge that Laura exists, but I also should have remembered game speed fast, message speed fast, grids extra thick. There we go. That's some solid grids. And I've learned from the last Tellius adventure. At the end of every single turn, I'm making a save state. If there are any technical difficulties, like the nightmare I had playing Path of Radiance randomized, I am simply going to reload the state. Also, very funny that I literally have a unit with Boon, and the first thing I do is I get them poisoned, which Boon does not heal your own poison. Alright, well, Laura's level 4. I should probably look at Laura. Laura is now a sword... Oh, sorry. Edward is now a sword knight, who is now Laura. And she has Quick Claw. Can inflict damage equal to this unit's strength to an enemy after that enemy uses an indirect attack. I think that's the fucking cat/tiger/lion Legu's ultimate scroll? Or skill, excuse me. They're not occult scrolls in this game. Okay. And then Guard. Unit can redirect attacks aimed at supported ally units towards this unit. Units must be adjacent. So does that mean if she goes right there, Guard can force the attack over? I actually don't remember using Guard. Huh. Another thing I randomized is every unit's skill, like, not their skill stat, their skills, are randomized, and they are automatically given one more skill than they normally have. Just to kind of spruce up the place. Now, I didn't actually change any enemy class skills, but I did randomize item drops, so now that guy is a Beast Killer Dagger, and I gave every boss an item drop, even if they didn't originally have one. That's a Satori sign. That is used to give Legu's units their ultimate attack. That is quite interesting. Now, what I'm actually a little worried about is how long until I can get Jill Tanner another weapon. Well, regardless. And, yeah. I've also done some other small randomizations that will not matter at the current moment. For example, there was a setting in the randomizer to change Leonardo is Ilyana. Okay, that could be fine. I mean, Leonardo's growth rates are existent. But the thing that made Ilyana funny was her ridiculous strength growth. I actually think Leonardo has lost strength. Oh, wait, it's Iran. Right. The way that sprites work is not that they match who they are. That's Iran now. With an herb, a Draco shield, and a steel blade. If you are wondering, growth rates stay to the character. Meaning that Iran is now a mage with his growth rates, which are very strength, defense, and I think skill-oriented. I gotta worry about that light tone guy, but... Trade, give me that herb. Oh, no, wait, you have a vulnerary. Whoops! And then you can go right there, and then you can actually use Boon. Watch out, Laura! That guy has a slim sword! Now, I didn't randomize enemy stats or anything, so I can only assume that these guys are this weak just because it's the prologue. I can imagine that the horrors are going to begin very, very soon. Probably uncomfortably soon. Alright, let's start with some of this. Zap. So I hope you guys are sitting down, and I said... Hold on. I said that I would make a save state at the end of every turn, and I think I literally only made it one turn. There we go. I've made another save state. I have just forgotten to do the thing that I literally said I would do. I might be a little dumb. Might be a little stupid. Might be a little dumb. But it's okay. I don't need to be dumb when I have a... I don't need to be smart. I'm just hitting the end turn button. Now, damn near all of the damage I've taken from this... Oh my god, I forgot how sick Makalov's crits are in this game. This is because he's Makalov, and I don't think I've ever used any of the Knights of Crimea outside of Joffrey. Long term. I think. Iran, what is your base resistance now? Existent? That's good enough for me. Go forth and fight Micaiah. This ought to be funny. Wow, you really pissed Ilyana off. Granted, she's not doing anything, but it's Iran. This is Iran. This is going to get so difficult, not calling these people Makalov, Tanith, and Ilyana. It is Laura, Jill, and Iran. Anyways, Laura stabbed this woman 37 times fatally. There we go. As a Maryland resident, watching someone get stabbed to death in the city brings me great feelings of nostalgia for my great Baltimore. Glory be unto it. One day we will overtake Detroit as the murder capital. Though I fear that day may be far off. So you, Ugo, why don't you and I have a little talk, see? Now you're going to come over to me. You might be the first thing since that opening mage that deals any damage that's not poison. Well, you could also just be weak. I think I just hit the end turn button. How much damage do you do, my dear Iran? You do a number. Alright, Laura. You're about to get the first level up of the entire LP. Make it count. There, okay, the speed might actually be kind of hype. Getting speed, if you can now double this man, you can. I would really like it for Jill to get the kill. On account of the whole, you know, Blossom thing. But I doth get the feeling that she's probably going to miss. Hold on, though. I could be wrong. I could be... No, I'm not wrong. She did it. Nice job, Jill. Give me the Satori sign. That might be worth it just to sell it. Honestly. The Dawn Brigade's money problems will be no more. Excellent. Also, I'm playing on hard mode and not lunatic because I value my sanity. Alright, here's a bunch of plot I don't care about. Still don't care about you. No one cares about the plot. We're not here for the plot. We're here to get Sigrun, who is actually Danved. Those are Wyvern Riders. Okay, well, let's look at Danved, who's definitely not Devdin. And you have an Elf Undertone for, Aran. That's kind of cool. Also, you have a Javelin. I would like a weapon that's not a fucking Javelin. Alright, well, let's look up at the boss. He seems to have randomized into the S-rank crossbow. Oh, wait. Crossbows don't have rank. But, like, one of the most powerful crossbows. Thank fucking God he's not in a class that can use it. Okay. Things are not the greatest. But let's see what you've got, old lady. Take this and go quickly. A Silver Great Lance. That is going to be very helpful eventually. Wait a minute. I just realized. I should not have put Jill on the front line. She's not tanky enough. That was a dumb move by me. But I just realized I have a Thunder Mage. I was so scared of the... Oh, that's a Venom Bow. I thought he was a Lance Knight. I straight up thought he was a Lance Knight. Well... that means I'm gonna need Laura to frontline here. Yes, game over. Everyone point and laugh at the man that didn't read enemy descriptions. Point and laugh at the man who randomized everything and then didn't check anything because he's like, I've played Radiant Dawn before. I know what's on this map. Like an idiot, alright? I'm an imbecile. How do I even not die to this immediately? I'm realizing a very strong bow and arrow related problem I'm going to have here. Give me the Silver Great Lance. Okay. Alright, you only do 4 damage when you're not dealing effective damage. I fuck with that. Alright? That's real of you. Keep it 1,000. Unfortunately for me, I have... well, that's also a problem. I mean, I can do this, which accounts for something, legally speaking. And then I use the Vulnerary. And I kinda don't know what to do after that. Because, the archers make it very, very difficult to go out. Ow. You know, it's also not very cool that, this is a time limit map, which means the strategy of just being really slow doesn't even truly work here. Thankfully, Boone is going to be a bit more important than I thought. I also just realized I don't think I checked skills. I should see what those are. You have Shade and Vantage. Okay. I still don't know how exactly Shade works. I'm gonna be real with you. Theoretically, it makes enemies less likely to attack you. I don't know the actual odds. I don't trust them. Danvid has Guard and Gamble. That's kind of funny. I kind of fuck with that. But okay. the good news... Well, first of all, it's that Venonat guy chose to not attack Iran. That is absurdly lucky. But... I have an herb, right? Who has the herb? You have the herb, right? Yeah, give him an herb. And now Danved, who is most definitely not Devden, will munch on his leaf, and then this malarkey will happen. We have been dealing with a very solid amount of malarkey so far, and it's not good for us. Especially that guy. Oh, there's a very real chance I die of poison next turn, isn't there? There's like a very real chance of that happening, isn't there? Please no, please no, please no. Thank you, God. Okay. So I can at last start to maybe kind of put a dent in things. You know, fucking God willing. Alright, I mean, more strength for, more speed. Bonus experience is going to be my friend in so many ways. Alright, what is your movement, young lady? 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I need to start with you. Alright, let's start with the one that deals more damage. Mm-hmm. And then you're gonna move down there. And now you're gonna go up. Not a big fan of how low your accuracy is. Case in point. But then I'm gonna need to go up here. Oh god, I hope. Yep. Okay. I mean, we've used half of this map time limit, and this is as far as we've gotten. That's not a good sign. Things are quite dumb. They could always be worse. But this isn't good. What you are currently witnessing is what's known in the business as a really, really bad time. Thankfully, these guys are completely optional. And I'm definitely going to be ignoring them to bum rush that fucking soldier. I may not even kill the boss on this map. See, that's 6 times 2. That's 12. That gets him down to 7. How much do you do? 6? Oh, go figure. How much do you do? 5 times 2. Okay, that's something. But I kind of need to make sure that I kill this thing. Let me see. What is... You have 14 HP and 3 defense. I mean, if you get attacked, you won't die. At least not immediately. Which is good. Now, Jill could get a level up here. I mean, not a level up. No, actually, I think this will level her up. Is what I would say if I wasn't a fucking liar. Alright, in that case... Danved, please. Save me. Thank you. Alright. As we all expected, Danved Sigrun Nolan is going to be the carry. Like, we all knew this. Alright. We all knew this. Also, fucking thank God vulnerabilities in this game are 20 HP. Okay? Can I just start with that? Oh. Quick Claw just dealt no damage. Let me see this again. Can inflict damage equal to this unit's strength. Ah, it's strength of 7. That is, very interesting that that would be the way that it is. Alright, I'm really, like, actually running low on time here. This will get you down to 9 HP. 6. Okay. We start with this. And then, what do we do? What is your damage? 13? Alright, Iran lives if he baits over the soldier. Which he might have to do. Okay. Danved, you just damage him. I am very worried about my supply of lances. But that will get solved 2 maps from now. And hopefully, you know, knock on wood, Soth randomizes into something competent. Because the Dawn Brigade might need a competent Soth now more than ever. Sure. I would have loved some more speed, but sure. With your javelin being your only weapon, a point of strength is technically a point of speed, because you get weighed down 1 less by the aforementioned javelin. Okay. That's good. Now, for the fun parts. Okay. How do I proceed? Because this guy didn't move. But this guy probably moves. But I also don't want to bait over these guys. So I think the solution is to have Laura bait over the Wyvern Rider. And also make sure that he can't get to anyone that matters. A silver bow, that is going to be very useful in the hypothetical dimension. Unfortunately, we don't exist in the land of Justin Herbert. That's I swear that's a good joke if you watch football. Okay. Not okay. Please don't tell me those are more fucking bow units. Both of them are bow units. Well, ain't that just wonderful? Alright, so I think the writing's on the wall. I'm gonna need to go after the boss. Let me just look at you and you. Okay, that's good. The problem is protecting myself from those guys. Alright, the critical's not. Critical causes the game to lag a little bit. And I'm going to have to request that the game doesn't lag a little bit. 14. I mean, Laura does survive make it clear, a round of combat. Ah. So I think you don't have a okay, you don't have a javelin. This guy doesn't seem to move. So if I put you right here, I hit end. I then put Laura right here to protect Iran. Yes, you're going to not kill yourself on Jill. But you are now weak enough for Devdin to chuck a javelin at you. You then die, Jill then escapes, and then I don't have to worry about any of this fucking nonsense. I can just leave. Now, all of this comes crumbling down. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. I do not remember there being this many reinforcements on this map. Oh god, and Devdin's hit rate isn't very good because of biorhythm. It's a really fun and cool mechanic, and it's really awesome how the game just arbitrarily decides that you just might lose upward of 10 to 15% hit and avoid on any random encounter because your unit feels a little groggy that day. Alright, I can just leave. I would like to get a lot more experience, but I'm just going to take what I can get, swing my sword twice. I mean, that does give me a sword rank level up, which isn't nothing. What is it at now? C. That means if I get a steel sword, I might just be... Wait, I already have a steel sword. Ha! Alright, okay. If I can just leave. And we're good. And thankfully, this isn't Thracia, which means I didn't just abandon... Someone was just Gatry. Oh my god, I think that's Soth. I think Soth is Gatry. That's fucking awesome. Oh my god. No. Soth is Gatry, who's Braum. Oh my fucking god. Gatry said, there's no universe where I'm not putting on this armor. Oh god, I am going to be so happy to see you, Braum. But we're going to see Braum next episode. And you know what? I could just hit the enter button so we can see who Laura randomized into. But I'm not going to. Because I hate you.